taxes. So we're going to be taking up on the second one, and obviously, it's a big thing. Taxes are a big thing in Michigan. We just Steve should point out the article we have on Flint Talk about taxation in under the Whitmer administration, and
Well,
we are
it's
not
not.
doing well.
You can't just blame Democrats. Republicans do the same
Oh no,
thing.
I know, but I mean, but I'm going to be honest. I mean, if I like to shift blame, they do that to
The
us all the time.
politicians. How about we
Politicians,
just use
yeah.
that word?
But yeah, so it's like we're not competitive. We're not
No.
very attractive for people on the tax base alone. I mean, what are like yeah, it's like well,
We
12%.
just had a company leave. I should have researched it better, but we just had a company leave because of our taxes.
Yeah, and that's the thing is back that happened in the 70s too. I mean, I don't remember the BB Daisy BB gun company left because of taxation. So did Bear Archery Company. They left because of taxes. They went to Florida. The Johnson Novelty Company back in was what used to be in Mount Clemens, Michigan, that moved out of here in
Well,
the
I mean,
70s.
they forget that everything's global now. I
Right,
mean, you don't your footprints online,
right. It's like
so you don't have brick and mortars anymore that you have to worry about like in the past.
right. You don't have to go to a particular location to get the product. You could, let's face it, drop shipments,
And if
everything.
you think about it, the whole business model changed. It used to be, well, at least businesses made you feel like you were part of the corporation or part of the business. Remember, they used
Right.
to give watches and different things
Yeah.
for people that 10 years and different things to let them know that the business cared about them, or at least seemingly cared about them.
Yeah. I mean, there was at least a try to appearance anyway that they
But
cared, but
but business is only in business to make money, and a job is a byproduct of business or a service.
I think that's a fact that most people overlook. They think that the company's there to employ them, and they're not. You get a
Well,
job because somebody else
especially
wants money.
well, no, now it's changed. Like I said, the business model when we grew up,
Right.
it was to go get a job with the business and move up and progress through the business at different jobs.
Now that's like how many times people are going to change their careers
Oh,
and five, 10 times. How many times you change careers?
since I well in the middle, no, just never. I stayed in the same
Well, but you won't.
mental health, but I just went into a couple different hospitals.
But I mean, it's still. I mean, it's a transitions from one. It's like and the thing is, there's additional cost along with that and all that too. But I mean, yeah, you can't. You're not going to get locked in one position, one
No,
company
I
for
mean I
30
wasn't
years.
getting paid what I thought I should have been getting paid at one job, so I moved to the next, and then the next,
And each one because you
and
had
then
the
I
background.
finally came back to to well the original one. Almost.
Right. So I mean, you just but no, that's a motility, job motility, and I get you can't depend on any corporation that's going to be your friend or your ally
No,
forever.
because you don't even know because a lot of these corporations go bust within years, or they sell to the highest bidder
Right.
once they're profitable.
That's everybody. I mean, that's a problem with the business. You want it to be profitable enough to actually pay your bills and keep yourself above water. But then once you're too attractive, your company's going to be on the on the horizon for somebody else to pick up, and they're going to dismantle it most likely. They're not going to leave it intact. Even though there might be parts that they want to keep intact, and it doesn't necessarily mean the employer and the employees are going to be part of
And it
that.
didn't even matter. Look what they did to Kmart. Look what they did to Sears.
Right. Yeah, they did it. They did that kind of stuff just to break it up. That's the thing is too. Mitt Romney did that kind of with was it Toys R Us, the corporation he owns. They bought up stuff that was actually productive, corporations, and they parted out. They first thing to do
What
is spin off the real estate agent
real
part of it.
estate, because a lot of these companies or these older companies they owned the store.
Right, the actual property.
And
Right.
then the first thing that people like Romney would do is sell the property sometimes to their own arm of their company and then run it back out. And now, oh well, that's a new cost that company had to take on that they didn't have before.
And it's like, and this guy was supposed to be, and he was supposed to be the person that he was not on running a thing, trying to get the people's confidence that he's there for them. But meanwhile, his corporation does this. That's what he's concerned about. Is breaking up, basically selling them out and making a profit off of them. Functioning businesses. I mean, that years ago was a movie Wall Street. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Wall Street that came out in the 80s. Yeah, they had a great functioning small airline company, and this guy brought to the attention of this billionaire, who was played by Michael Douglas's character, and he bought it up just and destroyed it. Basically, was going to destroy it just so he can sell off the parts of it. And that's what they do. I mean, they do that. So that's just part of it. We're in a very precarious state. And the average person is more thank God they don't think too much about it because I think it'd be keeping a lot of people up at night. Think of how precarious you really are. I really do. I mean, especially the situation
Or
now.
no, I mean, look, they don't. If politicians don't care about you,
No, no, they don't.
and this war is proof of that.
Yeah, we've
There
screamed.
was no reason in the world for us to go, in my opinion,
No, and
to this war.
okay, now I'm going to bring this up. And I know you just
Military doesn't mean crap.
Yeah, but
So
that's what
don't
they
even
always say.
bring it up.
Okay,
Don't even
but they
bring
bring
it
it up to
up.
me. Everybody I talk to, say, "You weren't a veteran. You don't know what it's like to feel this." Somebody brought it up to me the other night.
It
I was like,
doesn't matter. I'm speaking as a person that pays for gas.
right, and it's like, no, there was no reason. Israel could have carried out this attack on their own. They had the proper, they had the right ways of doing it. They had the equipment. We've given it to them. We give them money so they can buy. Oh, here's another thing most people don't realize: we give them money to buy weapons, so that's supposed to bring money to our, defense contractors. But then they take a portion of that money, they buy our bonds. That now
Right.
we pay them interest on top of the money we gave them to. And I don't see how anybody
Right,
makes things that
but
makes
getting
money.
back to what we're saying is the politicians don't care about us. They
No.
have an agenda, and they're going to fulfill that agenda.
No matter what we screamed about, we got protests and all that. Look at the guy. I mean, okay, I do believe the Marine probably might have been wrong the other day protesting like in uniform, but I don't think they had a right to break his damn arm over it either. I don't.
I know, but what we're talking about is politicians don't care about us.
That's what I'm saying. They want to shut you up. They don't. They want to ignore you. You're out there. You're out there, and they're saying, "Oh, we're going to break your arm. We don't care. We don't. When we want you out of you, shut up. Stay it. There's places to
It's
do
hard
this."
to talk right now.
Fine. Oh,
I'm trying to talk.
okay.
But what I'm trying to say is that the politicians don't care about us. They have an agenda that they want to fulfill. And yeah, I don't know that person happened to be running for office, I think in South Carolina, and he wasn't in the military. He just wore the uniform to protest that day.
So you actually had not been in the military.
No, he was in the military,
Okay.
but he was not active duty.
Hmm.
But you wouldn't know that. They made him out to be a nut.
Yeah, that's like, but no, okay, but I don't know about the military code. I mean, you're not supposed to. They're not okay with you wearing a uniform during that kind of situation with the uniform.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to protest something, you should do it on your own and not wear the uniform.
So yeah, so thank God. I thought maybe you were saying. I thought you were saying that he had never been in the
No,
military.
I'm just saying that he wore his uniform to make a statement.
Yeah, but they didn't want to hear it. He's a person now. He's one of us. They don't want to hear it.
Right.
That's the galling part. They're silencing everybody. There's a guy from Israel now. He was on a major press outlet saying that now it's time to limit the First Amendment. His name is Shlomo. Shlomo
He's
Kramer.
not the only person. I've heard it a couple times by a few people that that was a major show, and he was a major player, saying that because of anti-Semitism
So
that we should have a curb our First Amendment.
yeah, because we don't want to get offended. I don't care if you're
Right,
offended.
but still, but I was just saying that the politicians don't care about people, and that's why they raise the taxes because they got to keep these stupid programs going. That some of them that don't make any sense, so they can feed their voter base.
That's exactly right. And on different levels, the space of what we're talking about, the national level, international, and the state level. Everybody's wants something from the government, but the government, folks, is not some entity that's creating this wealth on their own. They're taking wealth from everybody else to give to you. That's it. That's what it seems like to be. And I don't think most people care about that.
Well, they don't have the workforce that they had before that they could tax, and people didn't care.
Right.
I mean, they cared, but you know what I mean. It wasn't the burden that it is now. Every time we were just talking, and every time we turn around, there's something new going to be raised, like our water bill.
Yep.
That's going up in July just because they can.
Yeah, and just like, and the money that they lost during the time that people weren't paying the bill has already been recouped. The money has been way more than recouped and we don't know where the funds went to fully. We don't. I mean, from one administration to
What are you talking about?
the water funds. The water funds
In the city of Flint.
City of Flint. There's never been a true accounting of where that money went to, is there?
There is no accounting. There's no auditor. I mean, okay, we've been under at least since I've been home, or since 2000, 3 times that the state took over the city of Flint,
right,
and got it to where everything, and said it was like a chapter 13 more or less, or where they redid everything, and they said, "Well, we're not going to pay this. We're not going to pay this," and gave him a clean slate twice that I know of.
And they went back and screwed up again. And the thing is, there's no accountability for leadership here, and the people chosen to lead don't have the ability to ask the right
And there's
questions
no
and what to do.
vision. There is
No.
no vision. If you ask the mayor of Flint, what is his vision for the city of Flint in 20 years?
I don't. He couldn't answer that.
No,
I know he couldn't. I
there
know.
is no vision.
And I'm not necessarily dumping on.
No, I'm not
no,
either. It's
just
just the way it's been. He's not the only one. Even under Walling,
what's
there was
in.
no vision. The only person that I think had a vision was Williamson.
Yeah, he had more because he had done something. These people have done nothing. I mean, that I know of, other than be involved in government or nonprofits or something like that. That's what they're coming from. Dane Walling, I think, was from nonprofit background.
He was a Rhodes Scholar,
Oh,
don't you
yeah.
remember?
Yeah, every one of those people.
But
are.
he seemed because how many times did he call us?
Yeah,
A couple times when
right.
we talked to him, he was in the studio. He seemed like a nice guy that was going to do great things. I thought he was going to do good things.
What buried him was the water problem. That's what buried him, his career, and his
Like
aspirations.
he got in there and he was over his head.
Right.
It wasn't like he thought it was going to be.
See, I tell people this. They ask me back when the water crisis was going on. Since then, they said, "What happened in Flint?" I said, "Years ago, we had a lot of money coming from GM and everything else. You had incompetent
Yeah,
people."
but still, that was 20, 30 years in between the water
Yeah.
crisis and that time. You can't blame everything the GM and that's the problem. That wasn't the problem. What happened is they got rid of people that they shouldn't have got rid of in the water plant.
Well, that's true. But the point is that when you're looking to when the money's coming in, you should address issues and look down the road. But they didn't. That's what I'm saying. They didn't. They didn't address. So we got to have this coming because this area is really aging. We know that.
But if things aren't written and it's not a law, they're not going to do it
Right.
anyways. It could have been written down. How do we know? I wasn't that involved in politics, and I don't think you were
No,
either back
No, I
then.
was working every day, and I just basically I just worried about paying my own bills and doing that kind of the everyday grind.
I know back then the water bill wasn't that high.
No, it's. I mean, my own grandfather, he ran for city council in the first ward back in the mid '60s because his concern back then he was kind of far-reaching, about an issue about the water and sewage. He saw that, and he would drive the point home to. He only got 7 votes when he ran. Okay, as a city council member, but thing is, he actually one of the Regal actually when he was actually talked to my mom after the death of my grandfather,
Yeah.
and he remembered him. He goes, actually, your father was looking down the future, way into the future, and saw problems are going to be developing, and he was bringing people's attention, but they didn't want to hear it.
But we don't have a Alex Harris anymore.
No, we don't.
We don't have these guys who was the guy in the park that died recently?
Oh, Tony Palladino.
You don't have a Tony Palladino anymore. I don't know of any activist
No,
that go to the council meetings and bring up what's going on because they're concerned about their city.
yeah, these people knew the facts. They did. I mean, Alex Harris.
But remember, Mays started out as one of those
Yeah,
guys
he was
that
very-
would go to the podium and tell them what he thought and what needed to be done in the city of Flint. And then when he got in there, all of a sudden they just fought him the whole way.
Mhm. It's like what it is basically people like status quo, and they got their alliances, they got their payola, they got to pay back somebody, and then when they're in there, they do that, and that's all they concentrate on. They didn't want any distractions. That's where it on this local city level, and that's where it is on the national, international level. This favoritism and payola.
Right.
I
You
mean,
gotta vote on the bill before you know what's in the bill.
yeah, yeah. Do you look at a credit card statement or what? Not credit. When you sign up for anything.
Oh, that's pretty hard. I mean, all that legalese it's in there. And it's there to confuse you as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that's what it
There's
is.
probably more stuff than actually has to be in there. If these politicians really wanted to do something, they would I forget what they're called, but they would fix those.
Make it make more
Make
understandable.
them more readable. There shouldn't be that many. And that should be the primary thing should be right there up front.
Right.
I mean, how long it's going to be compounded, what the interest is going to be, and how it's figured out, and then all that legal bull crap.
Use the old standard they did for journalism, like the inverted pyramid. The first sentence was going to be the longest one. It's supposed to contain the most information. Then every succeeding sentence after went to got down to finer points. That was it. You try to keep it very
But yeah,
succinct.
bottom line up front,
Right.
just interest. how to not avoid them, or how to avoid penalties and different things should be up front.
Another thing is too, do you think, this is something I've found out because I did have a class in high school about, it was economics of the consumer, and it talks about that. I think there should be more of that, also about more of that throughout the career. I think from childhood. I mean, elementary school, the hell with some of this little kiddies for weird stuff. Get them teaching about basic stuff about
I
understanding
don't even know
economics.
what they teach anymore.
I don't need. I
I
mean,
mean, I don't.
did you find nap time highly rewarding and educational? That's what they taught in like grade, kindergarten, right? Nap time. I go and sleep on command. I have a hard time sleeping now on command.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't know enough about the educational system now to talk about
Yeah,
it.
that'd be a good thing. Is like if your people are out there got kids, what do they do in school, especially the elementaries level? I mean, high school, you kind of they got general
Well,
courses.
I seen a video of a girl. The guy went back and forth with the customer, and the police were called because she couldn't count change. She didn't want to take money
There's a-
because the debit card or credit card would do everything for her automatically, and she said she never learned it in school.
and that's a very reasonable possibility too. I
Well,
mean,
just like now, analog clocks, you don't even see any clocks in half the places you go anymore
nope,
because of the phone.
nope. Yes, like I say, I mean, I used to have a wristwatch, and now I don't have a wristwatch. I depend on my phone. I mean, I got clocks at home. We got clocks here at
I
the
mean, do
studio.
you
But
need to know how to tell time?
I think most people should.
No, do you anymore? I mean, actually,
I
on
mean,
an analog clock,
okay, an
do we
analog,
need
yeah.
analog clocks anymore other than looks?
I don't know. Well, that's a good question. I like them myself, but I mean, I don't know if we need it. I mean, the digitals.
I don't even know if they teach it anymore in school.
No, well, they used to make a little book for the little gold books that they actually had the clock on
What
there. Yeah, did
and
you ever see
how
those? Did you see one of those
no,
when you were
how
a kid?
long ago would that have been?
Well, I
50,
was
60 years ago?
60 years ago. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like a little
okay.
card. It was like a cardboard book.
Right.
And it
But
had,
but what I'm saying is, do they need to teach that anymore?
I don't think it would hurt. I don't think it. I mean, there's a lot less things out there, far less important. A lot more things out, far less important. They seem to be concentrated on. I mean, like right now, kids can like it seems right out of the womb they can work on a tablet or a iPhone or Android. I mean, they got that down right out of the womb. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like they gravitate towards it. I don't know. Maybe it was the way they designed that stuff. The end user and stuff like that, be able to interface with it quick. But I don't know. I think we should. I think we should go back to some simple things like rote memorization and you know analog clocks, multiplication tables. I don't think that's sort of a harmful thing to teach.
But again, I don't know. And you don't know either. I haven't been, I mean, I've been in school setting for 10 years.
Yeah, I just and by
And
then,
I'm sure it's a lot longer for you.
oh yeah, it's a lot longer because I haven't been back to the regular college route in
Probably 20,
20
20.
years of it. It's been 20 years. I took a couple classes. Yeah, it was about 20 years ago. I took the classes of
But what
mine.
I'm
But
saying that I don't know what the curriculum is anymore
yeah, and
and
it would
what's important. I mean, everything's shifted. It's a whole different world now. I mean, look, they got AI that they're going to have to deal with.
yeah,
They have computers. We didn't have to worry about computers. We did everything written
right.
when we went to school.
And then
Even well, when I finished college, everything was online.
so yeah,
But
when I was in junior high, I did have typing. It was part of a business
right,
class.
but they don't do typing anymore.
No, but I wonder if they even do keyboard. Like for keyboard.
Why?
Well, because people do use computers. They do have a
You
keyboard
learn
touch.
your own style.
Yeah, I guess that's I don't know. Like I said, if you people are teachers out there that can want to weigh in on what the current curriculum is, I would really appreciate it because I mean, and we'd like to hear what's going on and with that. And I don't. I mean, like I said, that was one of the most useful classes I ever had. That was typing class. So,
Right.
yeah,
But you took typing class probably 40, 50 years ago.
right.
So I doubt that they have typing class anymore. They don't even, if you put a typewriter in front of a kid now, they would say, "What kind of computer is that?"
That's true. But I think I still the basic keyboarding skills are still I think are
Mm.
pretty much the same. I mean,
They don't need it. They've learned since they've been a kid.
mm,
They know where the letters are.
so like yeah, but I do think economics is that would be a good thing to emphasize, especially maybe in the junior high level.
Maybe they do. We don't
I
know.
don't think they do. I don't think,
How do
but
you?
the choices I've seen people make, I don't think they do. But the
Well,
choices,
that's
the
because
options.
you got dummies raising kids.
That's right. I mean, we've
I mean, this is like one of the first generations that has went through this new world educational system
Yeah, this
coming out that are actually raising kids now.
I don't know. In some ways it might be good. I don't know. Like I said, that might be a good topic to maybe get people to weigh in and call sometime about that because I don't. I mean, I'd like to hear what they are teaching kids. I know that I always see what's in the news when some people are reacting to it, like school boards out there, like the libraries out there, like in Lapeer, talk about what's going to be put on the shelves out there and stuff. There's kind of arguments and kind of controversy surrounding that. And I personally believe the First Amendment. If you got bad stuff in there, just you as a parent should guide what your kids are going to read. I don't want to remove anything from shelves. I don't. But I mean, if it's going to be in a grade school, I think there probably should be
But
some
if it's for
limitations.
religious reasons, if you don't want your kids seeing certain things, or you want to be the one that explains how the world works, you
Yeah.
should be able to do that as a parent. And the school, even when we had sex ed, my mom had to sign off on everything. It couldn't just go to the class.
And that's one thing is that they haven't taken away parental rights. I mean, in
But was that
parental
was that I mean, was it that important to have that even taught in school?
we got here somehow, and everybody had kids all leading up to all the other generations up. Did we have to have sex ed? I don't think so.
No.
We knew the basic functions were all here. Okay, I don't. I always argue that it's like, well, you want people being ignorant. It's like,
You say the brain's not fully formed until you're in your 20s, and you want to teach little kids about sex ed in what, fifth or sixth grade,
yeah. See,
when their brains are still mush.
that's like what Rush Limbaugh always said. This is their heads are full of mush.
Well, I'm sure now with the phones and everything that's available, they could probably contradict the teacher that's trying to teach it.
I got a graphic going on here. Go to a porn site. No, I'm serious. I mean, and that's another thing is too. I mean, I knew kids. I mean, you say they put limitations on how you can get in there. There's no limitations on how to prevent children from accessing porn. There isn't. There's no there's no verification process allowed. I mean, not most of the places, I guess. So I mean, yeah, that's like, and basically other people are having an input of what your kids are seeing.
Well, you see it on TikTok.
Mhm.
You see the ads, the suggestive ads that pop up.
Yeah,
They're the ads. They're nasty ads.
there's a disgusting. I mean, I mean,
I
I
mean,
don't.
I don't mind. I mean, big deal to me, but you got little kids that are probably seeing these same ads.
Right. I mean, why would we want to? Why would you
I
want?
don't know, other than the new people that have taken it over.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I think it's ridiculous that I think that who's telling people what their kids are going to be seeing anyway? People who don't have kids, like on the educational level, there's a lot of people who create these curriculums. They're not parents.
No.
They're bureaucrats or lifelong activists. That kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know why they're thinking they should, and they weigh up. They give them the access to it. But anyway, getting back to the economic situation though, like I did see the price of gas shot up immediately, and then people want to dismiss that. I think that it impacts on every level of your life. I mean, not only you, but
Yeah, but when fuel goes up, everything goes up.
right.
So you can count on eggs going back. Everything's going to go up,
Yeah. See, but
and it's not right away. It's like a slinky.
mhm.
The gas goes up, and then all of a sudden everything shoots up really
It
fast.
pulls it up. Yeah. I mean, it's like even things you thought they were resistant to or weren't really affected do have an impact are impacted by it. I mean, I have a friend who's basically saying, well, it's okay for long term. Stocks crash and all this, but it'll come back up again. He's seriously being too optimistic because once you've lost so much, it's going to take you that much to catch up, and then try to avoid taxes from that for your capital gains or whatever. So
Yeah,
to be,
they never give you. They hardly give you any money for losses, but they sure as heck get it when you have a gain.
right. And so this guy's overly optimistic, and it's like, well, we just got to look at the long term. No, long term, we hope we survive this. Okay. And that's why I'm looking at it because the tensions are running pretty deep. I'm not a person who's even fearful of the other rumors of war, but we have people now who want to see, you got Mike Huckabee who wants to see,
Yeah, okay.
this kind of thing develop. He has a vision. And
Right,
and that
right,
I don't
and
want
there's
his
a lot of
vision.
people like Mike Huckabee, unfortunately, and unfortunately, this person is our diplomat for Israel, which multiplies it by 100.
I think we should just say, "Hey, stay there, Mike. We'll send you a nice cheerleader's outfit. You can and pom poms. Okay, you can vote. You can cheer them on. Okay, but otherwise, you're not being effective for ambassador. You're too much in awe. I mean, he did. He
Right, and I think it's wrong. I mean, think after that Tucker Carlson interview, Trump should have taken him out.
But he won't. He won't. He's just
I what I said is after that interview, Trump should have taken him out. Whether he will or not is a different thing.
okay.
But
But I mean, I just think that I just think he's got. Well, I think he owes Huckabee too much, so he won't do that.
right, and that's what I just said. Huckabee should have been taken out, and somebody else should have been put in there.
I mean, it's just he's not being effective. He's like a fanboy, and it's
Right,
stupid.
that's what I just said. Then he should have been taken out. I thought at the beginning we were going to talk about property taxes.
Well, we are. I mean, we're talking about the property taxes too. I mean, of, we pay taxes on the property, but of everything we're paying for, do we residents actually need? I mean, the assessments and all that. Where does that money go to? There again, it comes back to accountability. Is there accountability?
No,
No. I mean, they said we got to have this budget.
the people were supposed to be accountable, but most people don't even know if they live in the city of Flint or they think they live in Genesee County or they think they you know what I mean?
Right.
They don't know where they live.
And they don't know where the money's going to. And another thing is too, there's not accurate records keeping going on a lot of times. I paid property taxes. It was supposed to be paid in full. Then a few months later, I'll get a thing for overdue. You know, like I got what they call that. You know, it's in I mean, owe them money.
A notice?
Yeah, notice. And I'm like, I already paid this in full. And they want another $100 or $80, and I paid it in full. I didn't pay over past time that was supposed to be, so it's not a penalty. I got to pay more. That's happened 2 or 3 times to me. Mr. Moss, who just passed away, one time he paid property tax. He had used the parcel number they gave him. He paid it. Turns out it was for the wrong property. So he paid the money they demanded out of it. They
Right.
didn't want to credit to the proper parcel. They wanted him to pay additional income, and this wasn't even his property in the first place. The money was allocated, put on another account, another parcel wasn't his, but it was the parcel number they gave him. So I mean, he had to fight for that. And they wanted to just simply write another check for it. They didn't want to like refund it or just simply apply it to his account. I mean, it's just
I mean, I've done that before with the credit card where they applied it to the wrong account
mhm.
and gave me late fees and expected me to pay the late fees after we figured it out and they couldn't automatically refund me my money. It took like a month and I did have to make an additional payment. Wait, and then by the way, they wanted to discredit that money. I made them send it back to me just
See,
for the hell of it. I made them send that money back to me.
but it's, again, it goes back to people in power are just so casual about our money. These politicians on the local level, they got an idea. They get the funding for it through taxes, and because they don't raise it on their own, and then we're on the hook for it, and we don't get anything out of it.
Well, one thing that I would like to look into is why is one company running all the taxes, the water, and the sewer for the whole state?
Yeah,
One company.
and
It's the city of Flint,
yeah, it's just
Genesee Township. One company's running all that and getting all those fees.
yeah, and then yeah,
Why does it cost me like $3 to use my debit card?
and then another thing is too, we have people who are supposed to be sitting in those offices that have that as oversight. Yeah, we're still paying these people to do this. So we're getting charged for 2 groups of
You get
people.
yeah, you've got you got an outside company accounting for everything, but you still have all those people working in that office doing the same thing.
Right. So I mean, it's like
So why isn't that company just sending their people to work there? Well, you know what I mean?
right. So if they're so greatly trained or whatever.
That's not what I'm saying. Why are we paying double? We're paying double salaries.
That's
And
my
we're
point.
paying more because it's a city worker or it's a county worker or it's a township worker. We're paying more a higher rate because they get paid more than their counterparts.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're
And
getting
they have benefits that we have to pay for. Why have to pay double? Why even have to go into the township
right.
if they're going to do that? Why even have that department?
Those are the questions I like to have answered because I mean, you got them set up there. Basically, you got 2 separate 2 groups doing the same damn thing or supposed to. You're paying doubly, and then and then there's just now that's give them what they need the incentive to keep on the increasing the rates because they got all these legacy costs on this end.
Yeah, I mean, what you're paying this person all this money to assist the township supervisor or the treasurer who who, if you go in there and you got a problem, are just going to call this company anyway.
Right. So I mean, it's like, well, we question. Somebody
So
can out there can
you're
answer
paying
that.
somebody. Well, they don't have to answer. It doesn't. We both know it doesn't make any
It
sense
doesn't. No, but I'd like to see what the justification these people have to come
because
up
it's
with.
just the way it's been, and nobody's questioning it.
Because I mean, you brought up.
And if you don't question it, it's not going to get changed.
Well, see, I'll further the point you brought, is just for other people. If the legacy costs for, say, a city or county official here in Genesee County, persons in
They're
official
not going
capacity,
to.
no, but the point I was going to make though, they get real good income, and now they get a real good in retirement, and that's still on the people of the county or the city. You know, it is. I
The
mean,
county, whatever
right.
municipality.
And so that's like additional cost. Okay, you're paying for these people retired. They did their good job. I'm not going to complain about that.
No,
But
I don't want anybody to get fired. But if you're not needed, then get rid of the job through attrition,
right, I mean,
or give them a different job.
remember that though, they had a woman that ran here for office. She was trying to she said we shouldn't have this duplication. We should refold these in. And once she got in there, she just made a defense for keeping both the same as she already ran on to eliminate a Rose
Because she
McGarnis.
probably found out that she couldn't do what she said
She couldn't
that she
do.
wanted to do. Which how many people have we seen in this seat say that they were going to do all these good things just to get elected, to find out that they couldn't do half the stuff that they said that they wanted to because there's so many roadblocks in their way.
And so many rules and laws that they didn't have any problem to put. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's like somebody should have, that's where we should convene on and have citizens input, and as somebody with the knowledge of how legalese goes, have them like our friend Terry Banker would have loved that job. You know, sit down and break down how things are worded, what that
Okay,
means.
but half the problem is if you have a problem with the city or whatever, half the or 90% of the lawyers won't be able to represent you anymore because they had some kind of dealings with the city.
Right. And they got to go from outside out counsel, which is going to be more costly, obviously, especially now with the gas prices being up. No, I mean, it's like we're screwed. I mean, there's very little recourse. I mean, all we do is complain about it and they
Well, I
roll their
mean,
eyes.
you could be so screwed that people aren't going to be able to afford their homes anymore. I mean, after they retire, because let's face it, you get old, you're not going to be able to work anymore,
Right. So,
and they don't want you to work. They would rather have somebody younger than you.
so,
It's trainable and brains are mush, and they can form it into what they want.
so
And so eventually, you're going to have to live on your retirement, and then every time, I mean, my property taxes went up every year. $100 at some point is going to make a difference for me.
yes, it's going to be the tipping point. And the same thing is they don't want to rein in anything. Everything's sacrosanct. They act like everything's sacrosanct. You can't question any kind of program or anything else or what they're how they're
No, I
spending
mean,
money.
just like, I mean, you enjoy it. How important were those trails? How important was it to interconnect Genesee County
Bring me the
so
bike
you could
trails.
walk anywhere in the county?
Well, they're not really
That was the
important.
dream.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing how important was that?
I don't. It is in the priority of things. No, it wasn't that important, in my
But they're
opinion.
still doing it.
But no, it's
And how important was it for Whitmer to throw $2 million for a park for downtown Flint? Was it Chevy in the hole?
yeah. They want to make it.
How important was
That
that?
was not important. That was ridiculous. I think
I
that was.
mean, just the money that they waste on different things.
I mean, that money could be better spent
Or
somewhere
how
else.
explain to me how consumers power can give billions of dollars to a medical institution
Mhm.
when we're the ones paying. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's like
Because if you think about it, there's only there's just consumers power and DTE Energy in
right,
the state of Michigan.
right.
They're more of a government entity than anything else.
That's right because of the.
I mean, all the benefits and everything they get from government, there's nobody to compete with.
Remember a few years ago they put a gas line in my house, and one of the guys was the contractor doing it for
Right.
consumers, and he told me this guy said this is taxpayers' money putting this in, and then later on consumers are going to say, well, he put new lines in because we don't want to have dangerous because gas is dangerous, you know, the lines were broken or anything, so they're going to justify a rate high increase
I
for
mean,
that.
what? I mean, how many times it didn't make any sense? Why wasn't consumers out there when they were putting in the new pipes. They were.
Yeah.
I forgot they were out
Right.
there.
Right.
So why didn't they check them all back then? No, they waited until everything was buried for the new water pipes that had to go through during that time, remember?
Right.
And then they dug it up again to re-inspect and to replace lines after the city of Flint or whoever third party had everything dug up already that
Well,
they could have looked.
yeah, they seemed like they could have, just basically doubled up on, have some crew working on looking on the lines for the gas and the other one for the water, and yeah, it already got the hole cut. But they did that years ago when they put the what are the sewers?
Well, how many times did they dig up your yard? Twice
Yeah, twice.
that I know
They're
of.
gonna be doing it again. They got the lines through, the little flags on it. But like when they did put the
They just put lines through here.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they're here, but I live a couple blocks away. But yeah, but they got new lines, the little flags for consumers, blue and white,
Yeah.
blue and yellow ones throughout there. Like they're supposed to keep them intact. You can't mow your yard, so we have to remove them, then put them back.
You're the
Roughly.
only one that's got them up still. Everybody else, they're gone.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous, man. But as I say, but years ago when they did the sewer line here in the city, where here where we're at the studio, they had a huge pit dug. It was like 20, 40, 30 feet deep. They'd dig it out each morning, put the line or whatever they were, and then they'd have to cover it all back up again. Each morning they did that. Each morning they came back and had to dig it out.
Well, because of litigation.
Man, that was dragged down for 4 months, 5 months.
Especially when you're third party doing it or
Right.
a contractor, you really have to be safe.
And that had to drive up labor costs up the wazoo, man, really.
Yeah.
I mean, but they did every week. I mean, every day. Every day they come back. Of course, it was softer. I mean, it wasn't packed and they didn't have concrete on it or whatever, asphalt on top of it. But every day they had to dig that hole out again, go back to the same level they were before the day before. I just put up barriers and maybe have a couple of cops sitting around or something like that for, or guards there, but they didn't do that. And it went on for actually one of the restaurants that was on the corner actually got seriously plowed under. I mean, they couldn't bring people in, so they took a hit.
What year was this?
This one about 77, 78. Yeah. This is
Okay.
back when I was just
You
before high
talked
school.
about it like I thought it was yesterday.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying that, but I'm saying the reason why I'm bringing it up for is because it's an ongoing thing that they don't think things through. They don't. They always they'll put a new part of a new section of street in, then 2 months later they'll tear it back up again to address the issue you should have looked at first underneath the damn street. They do that all the time. I mean, that's additional cost.
Well, I mean, Richfield Road, look at that. I mean, it's always the same spot
Right.
where the water leaks every year. They're always tearing it up right there where, um, if I scrub it
Yeah.
up from there, they're always tearing that up between grandma's restaurant and scrub it up.
Yes, at least 3 times in the past 5, 6 years I've seen, and then I got a section of ground where it keeps on sinking by my house because it goes down, slide downhill, and the ground just opens up, and they've replaced that at least 3 times. They're not doing a proper job in the first place. They'd have to find the source of the problem. Maybe they have to elevate that area a little bit more, but they don't. They do the same thing over and over again. Costly, costly, costly. Anyway, but that's all property tax, and that's all part of like use tax, like the water bill, stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't affect even the people who think they're smug and they say, I rent. It's going to have an impact on you too. I mean, you're not safe.
No, if the property owner can't pay for the property, you're just gonna overnight realize that that property owner went back. Well, what was that apartment building where they just stopped paying the water on those people? Was it on Lapeer Road, Lippincott? It was one of those
Yeah, one of those living
by the railroad
right.
tracks. The guy just stopped paying water and sewer because he couldn't afford it anymore.
And so then
And
basically,
all those people, it was like I don't know, 75 people
it
or
was
70 more than that because it was like 75
units. Yeah.
units in there. The government just doesn't realize they don't care. They're just like Whitmer. She can't. Oh, supposedly she gave all of the tax cuts for seniors and stuff after she raised everything.
It's like, yeah, it's like, what good is that doing? You're giving a back a penance. That's what you took it, and now you're giving a little bit back. I mean, at some point I don't know how we can sustain it. I don't think
can't.
we can't.
I
We can't
mean,
sustain it on the national level or the local level.
Talked to Carla Wagner, and she explained it well. That it's unsustainable. I mean, you can't. Yeah, you've got to be able to revert back to something when okay, like they're still living big time, like the city of Flint's in its heyday
Right.
on everything. They've never really reverted back to anything or cut back on much of anything. I mean, what they just had 100 with the city of Flint. the mayor just got a pay raise
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
just a few months ago. Just a few months
I
ago.
mean,
Yeah,
why?
yeah. I mean,
Oh, why?
yeah. I was gonna
If you
say.
don't want the job, you don't think it's paying enough, then go get a different one.
Well, back when Woodrow Stanley was mayor of Flint, he was getting more to be the mayor of Flint than George W. Bush II was being the governor of
He
Texas.
was making more
Yeah,
than a governor, or
the governor of the Texas, governor of Texas, when he was governor of
and
Texas.
nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I mean, it was like another time. There's a professor I knew at U of M. She was on. She was an economics professor. She was on when she was here. She was with the economic board for the local area, trying to bring in economic development. And they found out the GM had a piece of property that they weren't using. It was just adjacent to one of their former plants, and they're going to see if GM would donate that property so they can actually try to lure another company to come here, right? To incentivize. And Woodrow Stanley got wooden at that. He goes, no, 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 don't ask for too much. I was going to ask GM for $30,000 for my fireworks display this 4th of July.
Okay.
I mean, could you? Okay, that just shows. I mean, that's what the vision we're talking about. The lack of vision. I mean, that's stupid. Well, I would rather have no 4th of July celebration than actually see a possibility for economic development than bang, boom, bang for a half hour and then everything, all that money.
Well, you got your wish. City of Flint can't have a
Fire
4th of July celebration anymore because too many people get shot or killed.
Yeah, we celebrate our freedoms by killing people. Yep, that's absurd. This town's crazy. I mean, how many? Maybe this isn't a good thing to bring up, but what do you think? How many people would stay in Flint if they had like a windfall fall in their laps? 300, 400,000.
Nobody's happy where they are.
I don't think they
I
are.
mean, read the news where people live. Nobody's happy.
So the grass is always greener in the scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think I think the people of Flint would have probably more of a legitimate case.
I don't know. I think there's people that are happy here.
Yeah. I mean,
I know there's people that are happy here.
Oh, yeah,
but you say the city of Flint, I'm talking about Genesee County in general.
Yeah, see, I'm talking about
It's
city of
not
Flint.
that bad
Well,
in Genesee. I'm happy where I mean, I could be happier somewhere else, but I wouldn't be paying what I'm paying here.
right. You'd be paying probably quite a bit
A
more.
lot more, even
Yeah.
with the property tax.
That's why I told people that. I mean, it's like
If I had the same property on a lake somewhere else, even within the state, I probably couldn't afford it.
right. So I guess it's like you're right. I mean, I guess basically, but there's still need for improvement. Just so even though we know it's not as bad as it could be better than it is.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bust on Flint.
No, I mean, I don't know. I trash it, but then again, I do have a connection to it, and it'd be awfully hard to sever ties with it. It really would. It's a fantasy, I think for most
Where
people.
would you go? I mean, okay, I guess I would go to Texas, but I'm sure there's things there that I wouldn't
Yeah,
like.
yeah, I don't know. I can't answer where I would go. I mean, maybe I move closer where my sister's at, but that's still in Michigan. And I like the town. It's a nice little town, but I mean, I don't know if I'd be happy there or not. I mean, it's still got a lot of things that's cool, but I know everybody here. I mean, so there's a lot, and I got great neighbors. I mean, I got great neighbors. They look out for us, each other, man. It's a great neighborhood. I mean, they're not like stellar successful and all like multimillionaires, but no, they're very decent people. They look out for each other. And I can't complain about that. I'm actually some of the best neighbors I've ever had is where I'm at now. And I mean, it's a rough area,
That's not what's rough.
Well, I mean, the people on the outside would see it as like, well, it looks like a rough area. That's what I'm
There's
saying.
nothing rough about this neighborhood.
No, there's nothing here.
Well, there's people here.
Yeah, there's people.
But what I'm saying is in this area, nothing goes on.
No, I mean, not any more than any other place. I mean, it's just,
But I'm saying the crime is not. How many times we've had this here? Since 2006.
right.
The only thing we had was somebody tried to take a bike one time.
Right. Well, and then somebody broke a
Yeah,
window. Broke
That's
a
what I
window.
mean.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the only incident we've had
Okay.
since 2006 when we first met.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's because we're worried. I'm worried. You get connected to everybody else's opinion of where you're at. Maybe
But I'm
that's
just
what it
saying
is.
it's safe here.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, I don't stand
Even
up nights
back
around.
then, it was safe.
Yeah, I don't sit up there fearful.
I mean,
nights.
except 4th of July, it's pretty stupid over here.
Or the first
Or
of the year,
New
New
Year.
Year's. Oh my God! I mean, Beirut, people from Beirut, Lebanon are like ducking. I mean, that's how bad it is. It's stupid. I mean, they're shooting guns in the air.
Yeah, but it's over fast.
I don't know. I love it. I hate it. I wish something was different about Flint. I wish we could bring with better things here for us. But then again, I don't know if I want anybody else.
We don't have the workforce.
Yeah, we don't have
We have the ground. We have the place for a business to build,
right.
but we don't have the people. I don't think we have the people in the city of Flint. I think if they brought somebody here, it'd be from outside Flint. The people that work there
Yeah, because
would come from all over the state.
like we did when GM was still booming. That's where they
But I
could,
think that's what we need. We need something to attract new people to
right.
the area.
Then
But
the,
again, that goes back to where I don't think there's a vision for the city of Flint
no, I mean, I
or
think
the Genesee County.
like that. The illustration I brought up about Woodrow Stanley. He was too much in the playtime thing. I mean, he wasn't looking further enough ahead of how this could have impact or what we could do to make this better. I don't think he did.
No, and then I don't know, trying to get more people to come to the city of Flint. Why? I mean, no, to downtown. Why?
Right. I mean, there's other, yeah,
I
there
mean,
are
like Waterford, the area they have a built up area that you just drive around. The jail is there, city hall. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's just a
Mhm.
economic circle of all the admin stuff, and it's not downtown Waterford. It's outside.
Well, like, yeah, they like Swartz Creek and or Flint Township. It's like
I'm just
off the,
saying, it's just, and that's why I don't understand that we don't need everything in the city of Flint. Why don't we take some of this money that Whitmer likes to tax us with and build our own our little circle?
that'd be better. And then also another
I
thing,
mean, we don't city of Flint, then their stuff can stay here, but I'm just talking like the jail, the courthouse, just everything is in that circle.
right,
Probation in all the like United, not United Way, what's the other one? But I'm just saying all those charities and different things are in that area.
right.
It's like a one stop for people to go to instead of having everything all over the place.
I just like that. There's a lot of things like I don't know, but we can't get people's input on what we think we should do, and those that they do ask are the ones that are always asked over and over again. Like a few years ago, they had a master plan thing, and they brought in the
There's
same
supposed
usual
to be a
suspect,
master plan, and it's supposed to be updated every year. There's supposed to be people who are on that board.
right? And I wonder if anybody's still on that. I mean, I haven't heard about the master plan
I
in a long
don't
time.
know anything about it.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just like so anyway, I just oh this I just hope that I don't know what's gonna go. I don't know how I can even say I just hope we can I hope this war doesn't go on for long. I hope there's some kind of something beneficial coming out of it if there's going to be anything beneficial out of war. And I don't know, you think you play the music you think?
Well, it could be like in the mortar words of Rumsfeld. This war could last 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months.
6 years.
It means 6 years. He
Yeah.
didn't say 6 years,
Yeah.
but that war went on and turned into Afghanistan.
Right. It's like basically it didn't. It just changed form, changed location, or going somewhere else. I hope that doesn't. But that's what I regrettably that's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to morph into something else. I do. Anyway, so we've
Yeah,
spent
go ahead.
All right.